Mateus Asato is one of my absolute favorite guitarists, and he does this amazing version of Hallelujah. So stick around and I'll show you how to play it. Okay, so to start with, we're going to be using a C and A minor chord. So we're going to just be arpeggiating through. So you can use just your pick or your fingers. I use hybrid picking for this. So just going through the chords like that. He likes to sort of hammer on the E note in that C chord, so and then you've got the run down to the A minor, so you're going to go to that second fret on the A string, then into your A minor. Then sometimes you're going to use your pinky to go, and then we get into this first section. So this first chord is a C chord, and you're going to play the sort of bar that third fret like your usual A form one, but you're going to hammer on this part, then play the C note again on the A string, and then a quick flick across those three notes of the C chord. So that's that first little section. After that you've got, so that's just moving this third finger up to the 5th fret on the A string, sliding that up to the 7th, and then playing those same three notes again from your C chord. And then we're going to move down to our F shape. So we've got your first finger, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret on the A string, and then your 3rd finger is going to be on the 3rd fret on the D string or the 4th string. And then we're just going to sort of gently pick through these. So you kind of sort of rake down through them really slow, and then pick the G and the D string on the way back. Slide up to the 5th fret, do the same thing. So that's our little C chord. Oh, sorry, that's our G chord. And then from here, you're going to slide into, basically it's a A minor chord, or A minor 7 chord. So same picking there. You're going to rake down, then play this G string twice. So that'll be playing the note back on that 5th fret where your bar is. And then you're going to do a little squiggly slide. And then pull off to that 5th fret. So on that D string you're going to slide up and back and then pull off to that 5th fret. And then you're going to come into your F chord here. So that's going to be your third finger just basically stays where it is on that 7th fret on the D string. Then your pinky's going to come up to the 8th fret on the A string. You're going to rake those down again a little bit through the fatter 3 strings of that chord. And then this finger's going to come off and hammer on to the 7th fret on that G string. And then you're going to do that squiggly slide again. So let's just go through that slowly. So we've got from the C chord, and that's where we're up to there. So we should, at the end there, you're just sort of barring the bottom 5 strings, getting ready for this G chord here. So that's going to be your pinky on the 8th fret on the B string, and then your third finger is going to be on the 7th fret on the G string. So as we go from the C, we're going to hammer on those two. So that we'll just do that again. For the E7 chord, this is a really cool voicing actually. So you've got the open E, this A string is going to be muted, so you're not going to hear that at all. Then you're going to be on the 6th fret with your first finger on the D string, and your pinky is going to be on the 9th fret on the G string, and you're going to play just those 3, and then pick that G string one more time. So if I go from here, so it's quite a cool voicing for that chord. The next bit is you're going to move to your E major pentatonic, which is here. Good old box one. So and then we're going to bend up a full step equal this note here, and then we're going to do the same, move up 1 fret, so then we're going to be in our F major pentatonic. So you've got E major pentatonic, and then same up but 1 fret. Sort of let that note sustain out. So if we go from back from here. So that little bit there, when you've got that bend up, as it comes down, I just touch it with a pick a little bit. So I've got down to the 7th fret on the G string, and then I'm gonna then I slide into the 8th fret and back, and down to the 5th fret. So pull off to that 5th fret, down to your 7th fret on the D string, and then hammer on from the 5th to the D. Hammer on from the 5th to the 7th. There's going to be a lot of editing in this video. I don't often think of fret numbers, so it's really weird for me to keep talking about fret numbers. So let's do that bit again. So I've got then you're going to grab, you're going to sort of push on the B and the G string in the 5th fret, and you're going to, and so after you've done that, you're going to hammer on to the 7th fret on the G. So play those 2, and hammer on to this 7th fret. So it kind of gives this sound. So you're hitting both those strings, the B and the G string, and you're hammering on to the 7th fret on that G. And then you're going to roll up to the 5th fret on the D string, and you're going to slide that up to the 7th. grab this F chord here. So that finger's going to stay where it slid to. Your second finger is going to be in the 8th fret on the fat string, and then your third finger is going to be in the A string. So let's just do that a bit again. And then you're going to play this really cool voicing. So it's keeping that F on the top, but your pinky is going to grab the 8th fret on the B string. Actually. So after you've picked those out, you're going to play that 7th fret again on the D string, and then I pick the open G. And then you're going to come down here to, it's essentially going to be your A minor chord, but you're not going to play it the usual way. Just bar the two middle strings in the 2nd fret. So you're going to play the open A in the 2 middle with your pick. And then you're going to do a quick flick of these 3. So the 5th fret, B, G, and D strings. So let's do that again. So we're going to go. So we're up to there. And you're going to play one more open A, and you're going to slide this little shape. So this is the 3rd finger on the D string, 7th fret. Your first finger is going to be on the 5th fret G string, and you're going to slide up 2 frets and back. So you're going to get this. So now the next bit's really cool. It's kind of a Stevie Ray thing. I think about it being in the A minor pentatonic shape. So you're going to rake down across the 5th fret of these bottom 3 or 4 strings, and then you sort of rake back up. So you rake down and then kind of rake back up into this note on the 3rd string on the 7th fret. So this. And then you're going to slide up 1 fret and back, pull off to the 5th, and then play the 7th fret on the D string. So it's kind of a cool, it's a really cool section actually. So I've got then back to that F chord again. So the same one as before, F, major 9 or whatever. Same picking pattern again on that one. So after you played those fat 3, you're going to play the G string, D string, B string, E string. Just use your ears. I mean, you can always make your own variations. I always love to put my own spin on how songs go. Then you've got first finger on the 7th fret on the D string. You're going to play that note again and then play the G, open G underneath, and then you're going to come down to this C chord. So it's the same type of shape again. It looks like an E shape, but you've moved up to the fat strings. So you're going to sort of strum through that a little bit, and then I'm going to slide my first finger up 1 fret, and then I grab the G note on the fat string with my thumb, and then play these 2 bottom strings down here on the 3rd fret. So essentially it's a G chord. What is a G chord? So you've got, and that sets you up to go into this F. So you're going to slide up to the 9th fret on the 3rd string. So let's do it again. So actually when I do that, I slide up with my 2nd finger, but then when I go to the 8th fret on the B string, I hammer onto the 10th with my pinky, just to set me up for the next bit. because then you've got to grab this F up here. So that's the 8th fret on the A string. So you're going to play that twice and then play the A form part of that F chord. So let's do that one more time. The C chord. So then you're going to, after this, slide from the 10th fret to the 12th on the A string, and then play that same little cluster of 3 from your F chord, but with your first finger. So that's what we're up to now. It is a really cool lick. So I'm thinking in this one, A minor pentatonic is kind of where we are. So we're starting in this shape here. Like the 3rd shape or whatever. So we're going to bend up the 13th fret on the 2nd string. So that's our first little bit. So bending it up, and you've got 10th fret, 12th, and then hammer on and pull off between the 10th and 12th. So we've got, we're going to bend up on this 13th fret, then slide down to that, slide down to that 8th fret. Then you're going to be on the 10th fret on the B string, and you're going to pull off to the 8th, and then slide down to that 5th fret. So you've just travelled through 3 pentatonic boxes. So as soon as you're there, roll down to the bottom string. So you're going to be on the 5th fret on the high E string, and then you're going to do that same sort of squiggly slide, back and forward slide. So, and that's going to be up on the G string. So 7th fret, slide into the 8th, pull off to that to your first finger on the 5th, and as soon as you pull off, that's when you hit the open A string. So that's the lick there. Up to that section. Hopefully everyone's following, and I'm doing a good job of this. Okay, so now we're going to grab the 7th fret on the D string. First finger is going to be on the 5th fret on the G string, and you're going to move this little shape here. So and then we're going to slide it up 2 frets. When you move it up 1 more fret, this bottom finger here is going to move to the 9th fret. So you're going to be on the 10th and 9th. So it goes. That's how I play anyway. You can play around with the feel of it. So if I go, if I do this, that's the sound I tend to use my fingers for that bit. You're going to move that first finger up to the 5th fret on the A string, slide up to the 7th fret, then roll down to the 7th fret on the D, play that note, hammer on to the 9th fret, slide in and out of that 10th fret. So you're going to have, and then back to that 7th fret again on the D. And then straight into our classy F chord again. And straight into that same chord from before. Back to this, as usual, to this first finger again that's sitting still on the 7th fret on the D string. Going to slide it down 2 frets, then your 3rd finger is going to go on the 7th fret on the G string, slide up to the 9th fret, and then I get my thumb to play the 8th fret on the fat string. So let's play that one together. And you're going to squiggle. So quickly slide into that 9 and back. So. So you're going to pull it off to a bar on the 7th fret because you're going to be grabbing a G chord here. It's just a C form, normal C form G chord. Pick through that, so you're going to pick the A string, D string, G string, and then you're going to hammer on your 3rd finger onto that 10th fret. So sounds really cool. So let's go from here. And slide down back into your C and A minor arpeggios again. So you're going to grab that G on the fat string into an F. So for this F I use my thumb. You could just do the bar chord F, but I use my thumb. More arpeggiating of the chord. Then on the D string you're going to be hammer on and pull off the 1st fret. Kind of sets it up for a nice C ending. So I just grab the regular bar chord C. And I've got a little lick I came up with at the end. So I am using 3-note per string for this one. So I start off with a C major 7 arpeggio. So you're going to play the on the A string the 3rd fret, hammer on to your 7th fret. Then the next string down, the D string, you've got the 5th fret, and then the next string down you've got the 4th fret. So, and then you're going to, so let's go through that again. 3rd, hammer onto the 7th, 5th, 4th string on the, 4th fret on the G string. Then you're going to hammer on your pinky onto the 7th, pull off to your 3rd finger on the 6th fret. That's that flat 9. I think it's flat. Yeah, that's that flat 9. So you've got. Then pull off to your 1st finger again on the major 7. Slide up to the root note, the C. So it's easier to do faster than slow. Then you're going to hammer on again to your 3rd. So that's the 9th fret on the G string. So root 3rd into the 5th, so your 3rd finger on the 8th fret on the B string, and then so let's just go through it again. Then now I transition to my 1st finger for that major 7 B note, and then hammer on with your 2nd finger on the root note again, back to C. Then I use my thumb to grab the C again, and I use my 3rd finger to grab the 3rd of C, so that is the 9th fret on the 3rd string. It's really classy sounding. I like that little passing tone. Ooh. It's pretty tricky to get down. Oh, that was better. Man, I hope that is helpful. Is a mouthful to get that out, but if just go through it really slowly and just use your ears and just listen to what I was playing there. A lot of it's pretty obvious once you start noodling around. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.